Everybody is IJ Cafe here for the final week of Season 2 of Football Head Coach 26. Here we go, guys. The final moments are here. If we win this game, we might make the playoffs. If we don't win this game, we might not. We should win this game, though. It's a 75.7 overall team. So if we lose, it'd be embarrassing and we wouldn't be allowed to play in the season. And here we go. The Cobras by Jake Moe. I think we might have lost to this team already coming. I remember 2 punters. Yeah. Here we go. Miami Fairburn. Yep, we've played this team before. Must be a divisional opponent. Nick Chubb. Big run to the opponent's 30-yard line. Let's kill these people after losing to this team before, I think. Malik Neighbors, 13 yards. Nick Chubb, 9 yards. Davion Clowney on the tackle. Nick Chubb to the 2-yard line. Yaya Diaby on the tackle. Nick Chubb, 1 yard. Keon White on the tackle. Joe Mixon going in for the touchdown. Now is 7-0 with 11 minutes 35 seconds left on the clock. I thought it'd go down. 38 seconds. Here we go, Cobras. What do you have for your pathetic team? A CJ Stroud, which we have. 7 yards, Ashton Genty. Incomplete. And then first down barely, Rashee Rice. CJ Stroud throwing once more. Deep. And caught Rashee Rice to the 22-yard line. Marion Hampton with a 5-yard tackle. 5-yard run. Ashton Genty no gain. Montez Sweat on both tackles. Incomplete. Miami Fairburn with the field goal attempt. And it goes in. Alrighty, respectable. Here we go. Miami Fairburn with the kick again into our end zone. This is where we go with Nick Chubb for 7 yards. Tia Tot. Holding though, Joe Mixon was actually an illegal block above the waist. Joe Mixon going for 16 though. 2nd and 4. Incomplete. CJ Stroud throwing once more. First down. Offensive holding by Joe Mixon. Nick Chubb on the run. It's not quite enough. 2 yards away. We're going for it. And with Joe Mixon getting the first down, Kyle Van Noy on the tackle. Joe Mixon after an incompletion. 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Brees Hall with the carry this time to the 21-yard line opponent's field. CJ Stroud throwing. It's going to be 4 or 5 yards. Brock Bowers, 2nd and 5. Nick Chubb runs for a first down at the 9-yard line. Joe Mixon goes in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Graham Gano kicking it into the opponent's field goal posts to make it 14-3 in the first quarter with 1 minute 39 seconds. Good night, doggy. CJ Stroud. Marion Hampton. He's throwing deep, brother. 34-yard line. CJ Stroud again to the 3-yard line, 4-yard line. Tyler Higbee and CJ Stroud. Touchdown, Rashee Rice. What's with this team? Like making this game competitive. We are 6 overalls higher than them. We shouldn't be having a competitive game like this. They missed the 2-point conversion to make it a field goal game, which means it's 9-14. Joe Mixon, 7 yards. Davion Clowney. Mixon again, no gain. Christian Barmore. 3rd and 3. Nick Chubb, big first down to the opponent's 49-yard line. Brees Hall, 7 yards. Christian Barmore. Brees Hall, first down. Davion Clowney on the tackle. Nick Chubb bringing it into the opponent's end zone for a touchdown. 21-9 with 12 minutes left to go on the clock. I'm not going to bother with those seconds at this point. Graham Gano kicking it to their side. 21 points on the board already. What will CJ Stroud do? Well, the answer is throw 4 or 5 yards to Rashee Rice. Punting after incomplete pass. And kickoff incomplete to Tyler Boyd. 2nd 10, it was 5 yards to CJ Stroud and Rashee Rice. And incomplete again. Now the punting. Michael Dixon getting it to our 30. We must have returned well on that. Yeah, 10 yards. It was to 25. Nick Chubb, 7 yards to Davion Clowney. Nick Chubb, big run to the opponent's 49. Nick Chubb again to the 37-yard line. Chubb again, 5 yards. Barmore on the tackle. Incomplete. Brees Hall with a carry and bring it to the opponent's 8-yard line. Then Chubb to the 1-yard line. Keon White. Joe Mixon for his 3rd touchdown of the game. We got Chubb with 1 and Mixon with 3. And extra point, Graham Gano. After this game, we gotta look at stats also. Season stats. I don't know if they include playoffs, but if they do, we'll do an end of playoff stat also. Gentry with 1 yard. Stroud for their side, 2 yards. Marion Hampton. CJ Stroud throwing and 1 yard. It was actually intercepted by Matt Milano, one of our 80+ overall linebackers that we picked up for a hefty price of $15,000. Nick Chubb held for no gain, incomplete, and now we're forced to kick a field goal. That's interesting. 31-9. Alrighty, what will the Cobras do now? With 2 minutes left on the clock, they've shown that they can definitely hit the deep football. CJ Stroud throwing it, he gets 14 yards there, I think. Then Marion Hampton with 3 yards. CJ Stroud throwing for 2 yards, but she Rice on the catch. Then it was a holding call of sorts, offensive holding, and Stroud throws deep to nobody as we picked it off with Carlton Davis. Can we get a 1-play running touchdown? Maybe we'll get another chance. Joe Mixon, no gain. I think that's it. Halftime, alright. We just decided to sort of run the ball in the middle and end it to get to half. Graham Gano to the kicking to the opponent's 37, and they sack them with Matt Milano with a sack, and an incomplete to Tyler Lockett, it says. And so is Michael Dixon punt all the way to the 4-yard line. That is why you have a good punter on your side. Joe Mixon 1 yard, Kyle Van Noy. Nick Chubb, no gain. They are trying to get a safety or something. Nick Chubb, first down though, to the 16-yard line. Joe Mixon going deep for 13-yard line. Nick Chubb to the 46-yard line, out of territory. Then he gets 1 yard. Jadeveon Clowney on the tackle. Joe Mixon though, bring it to the 39-yard line if it wasn't for a false start. 2nd and 14. Chubb, 12 yards, making it 3rd and 2. Chubb, 1 yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 1, 4th and inches. We go for it, first down with Chubb. It's going to be at the 42-yard line. Nick Chubb for 8 yards, 7 yards. Nick Chubb, though, bring it to the opponent's 17-yard line. Incomplete. Joe Mixon, 5 yards. Yard Diaby on the tackle. 3rd and 5. Stroud throwing to the 1-yard line. Pat Freiermuth. And then Joe Mixon for his 4th rushing touchdown. If he doesn't get rushing player of the game, then I get Chubb got most of the yards, but 4 rushing touchdowns. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of rushing touchdowns. Alright. Genty, 1 yard. Carl Granderson on the tackle. CJ Stroud throwing deep. Caught. Unnecessary roughness by the offense, though. Ashton Genty was the one who caught it. It's going to be 3rd and long. Incomplete. And now they're punting it with Dixon again. Bring it to the opponent's 33-yard line, or our 33-yard line. Mixon for 8 yards, making it penalty. Unnecessary roughness by Michael Carter. Joe Mixon with a big run, taking it to the 6-yard line. And then Joe Mixon getting himself his 5th touchdown of the game, 45-9. The only other touchdown scored was by Nick Chubb. And so we have like 7 different rushing touchdowns. We kicked off to them. Chase Brown with the big return. Genty tackled by Zach Sealer for no gain. Incomplete and sacked. It was almost sacked, but then it was defensive pass interference by Jordan Poyer. Marion Hampton, no gain. Zach Sealer, incomplete. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Khalil Shakir with a 12-yard catch. Then CJ Stroud throwing again. It's going to be 11 yards. Tyler Boyd. And now the 4th quarter has started. Genty, no gain. Zach Sealer has been keeping him in check. CJ Stroud throws. First down, Jawan Johnson, 13 yards. Incomplete. CJ Stroud throwing. Deep. Caught Tyler Higbee at the 12. Then CJ Stroud throwing again. It's going to be 3 yards. Ashton Genty. CJ Stroud. Touchdown. Rasheed Rice, the only player on their team to be getting touchdowns. It's going to be Kamari Fairburn to make it 16-45. Good night, doggy. Kamari Fairburn kicking it off to 20, apparently. How does that work? Who knows? CJ Stroud throwing. It's going to be 8 yards. Joe Mixon with a first down. Run to the 44. Nick Chubb bringing it to the 41, their territory. Then Nick Chubb running again, bringing it to the 23-yard line. Then Chubb once more, bringing it to the 12-yard line. And once more, Brees Hall TFL'd by Tier Tart. Then CJ Stroud throwing and getting it to the 2-yard line. Malik Neighbors and Nick Chubb TFL'd by Kyle Van Noy though. And Nick Chubb though just gets in after the next play, making it a touchdown for Nick Chubb after 5 touchdowns by Joe Mixon. So nice job, guys. Makes sense. 7 times 7, and then a field goal makes it 52 points. Yeah, CJ Stroud throws 9 yards. Khalil Shakir. Oh, what the heck is that? A huge fumble? Fumble forward, recovered by Khalil Shakir, who ran up 40 yards. CJ Stroud throwing again. Rasheed Rice to the 10-yard line. Marion Hampton bringing it to the 3. Levante David on tackle. Ashton Genty no gain. Namdi Matabike there. And CJ Stroud throwing goal. Gets the touchdown to Rasheed Rice. Triple crown, not triple, but like hat trick is what they say when a player gets 3 touchdowns for Rasheed Rice. Too bad the game blown out and all that's kind of garbage points. 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Nick Chubb going big run, 9 yards. CJ Stroud throwing. It's going to be caught by Malik Neighbors at the 48. CJ Stroud with one last throw. It's going to be 5 yards to Pat Freiermuth. And a sack apparently to end the game. Oh well, let's just look at that last play for fun. Who sacked CJ Stroud? Who sacked him? Complete. CJ Stroud sacked by Kyle Van Noy. False start by Tipman. Okay, that's it. Lineups. What is this guy's lineup? I think JC Horn was annoying. I'm gonna have to look at the schedule. See, did we lose to these Cobras? Must have not, because it says 0-16, which means we did not lose to the Cobras, but there was this other 75 overall-ish team that we lost to. Sorry, Cobras, for kicking your butt. For Al Stroud, he threw the ball 14 times with 8 completions and 68 yards. For their Stroud, he threw the ball 34 times, 236 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. For their Genty, 6 carries, 2 yards. And for our Chubb, 29 carries, 302 yards, and 2 touchdowns, with 5 of them being 5 extra touchdowns being Joe Mixon, who definitely wanted to get those end of the game stats. Malik Neighbors for 3 catches, 29 yards. Couldn't get much since he was not throwing the ball very often. Rasheed Rice, 9 receptions, 87 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The 3 touchdowns are impressive, man, but it doesn't mean anything when you don't win. Won't say anything about that, so we'll just... Congratulations, we made the Wildcard round. Alright, that's great. J Cafe, 7th seed barely. We're going to take on Big Bull Ochisi. We're in the NFC version. So we have made the NFL playoffs. What's this thing? Go store, go trade, go Halloween shop. Okay, thanks. We gotta do this, you know, our friends. Let's see if we can do anything here. Hopefully my Wi-Fi stops killing itself. I feel like it's a little bit slow. We barely won by 3 points. That's a win, though. A win's a win. And it gets us money. Money. 4 touchdowns and a single. We could get 4 wins in a row and then get to the next tier of packs, which might include an 80 overall pack. Here we go, guys. No, why am I doing? We won again. That's 2 in a row, guys. That's 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Give us a trash team. That might be enough to be a trash. We might go 3-0. We might go 3-0. We might go 3-0. But who knows? We'll just have to find out. This guy got Dominic Pooney, though, and we lost. Dang it. This guy, he just threw the ball all the time, and his defense must have been good enough on the run. So we did do this, and we do get some extra money. Okay, good job. Prospect, play 25 quick games. I don't know if I can do that. How long is this thing left? One day, maybe we can play 25 quick games. Gold packs, I don't know. Coin spending, I don't know if I have enough money to spend that much coins, but yeah. Final, can we go 3-1? Can we go 3-1? We could, and we do go 3-1. So we are 1 win off the little thingy of quick game things. But when do we get the rewards? I don't know, but rank 8 goal. So we just get a bunch of 75 plus packs, but instead of getting only 1 good player, we get multiple good players, I guess. But it doesn't seem to change unless we get to 30 wins, where there's finally an 80 plus thing. How do I do that? Well, it's easy. Spending money, which I'm not doing. With which I also have only 2 days of event shop to get 215 more to get the Halloween pack, which I don't think I'm getting. Neighbors, Browers, Matabike, and good old friend Zach Sealer, who did good on Astringenti. Here we go. Stroud +4. Then Chubb +3. Then Malik Neighbors. No, he's too tired. He just got trained, yeah. Hopkins, he's a good friend, but he's old. Bowers already maxed. Titman's good. I think we gotta go Braxton Jones again, +3. And then let's go Titman, because he's energized. Is there someone else besides Titman? Offensive God, let's go Tevin Jenkins. Oh, but we're gonna Dominic Pooney, aren't we? Alright, here we go. Market. We had one guy who expired. We list them all. Sold. Gerald Everett. Good job. Alright, let's look at our guy, the person we're going against. Not bad. Not bad indeed. 81-2. This guy is pretty close overall to us, but I feel like we could win. Though his roster is looking pretty mean. Sam Donald, David Njoku, Tyler Higbee, Stephon Diggs, Kobe Turner. Looks like to be a lot of offensive people, but our entire offense, besides one guy, is also offense. But here we are, weekend league. We're about to get our upgrades weekend leagues. We made it to rank 8, not rank 7, so we're going to get a 78 plus and a 76 plus. Both 5 players each. Let's go with a 76 just to get rid of our disappointment, as we're getting a running back. Quality gold. Let's just like 84. I don't think it's going to be helpful. 76. This guy's just going to be traded. Sorry, man. Dalvin Cook still exists. That's interesting. And now for the weekend league players. Offense. Center. Quality. Weekend league. Yeah, thanks. Rating 80 plus. Oh my god. We have Joe Titman in already, and you're just gonna give me some stupid Ryan Newsill. I might have to use that weekend league trade thing. That was pointless. Now I gotta build a weekend league thing just so I can get some more win thingies. So stupid. Substitute. I'm not substituting stuff. Alright guys, that was a weird waste of time. Let's go daily. Trade for land. City must be the land. Defensive position, 76 overall average. When did I get Michael Penix again? These guys cannot be traded, right? Oh, those unsellables. I don't know. Dalvin Cook, barely 76. Defensive position. And where is this land place? Anyone from the land? What's the land supposed to be, guys? What's the land supposed to be, guys? Oh, no, can't do this, I guess. Can't do Jahad Campbell, sadly, but maybe I could do this. Number of weekend league rarity. I only have... Rarity must be weekend league. Okay, so, I guess I'm not doing anything with that. I think I got worse than last time. Last time, I had 2 weekend league people. Jerry, Judy, and all that. Now our team is just gonna suck. But maybe... Yeah, even Ryan Newsill isn't going to do us any good. Joe Titman is just too good. He's 82 overall. You should have given me a really good guy. Now I'm going to go get Dominic Pooney and a bunch of trade targets. Alright, yep. I'm not going to be able to get 750. Okay, I'm getting Dominic Pooney. Offense. Offensive God. Thank you, Dominic Pooney. We're adding you straight to the team. And then guess what? We're selling out, so we're going to buy all these golds. Joe Titman again. Wow. Already own a Joe Pittman. Baker Mayfield, we're adding him. Alright, here we go. Special team, Chad Ryland, I guess we're adding him also. At least not all these guys are bust. Defense, safety, Jalen Petrie, we're not adding him. And then we have one more left, but we'll save for that. Alright, let's go look at our team now. With no longer CJ Stroud, but instead the Baker Mayfield with full fitness. Then offensive guard, we have Dominic Pooney and Robert Hunt. Then I believe we had another Wattenberg, variant player of this player is already on your team. Okay, we're not allowed to have that. We're gonna have to have what is this? Yeah, I mean, but defensively, what did we get? Safety. Sorry, Petrie, you just don't do that much. And then linebackers, we got a minimum of 80s up there. I think we're good. I think that sellout kind of helped out. Our team is definitely now the same overall as them. James Conner is crazy, but that's 9,000. Like, bruh, I got 2 days. I'm just gonna save up and I'm gonna get trade stuff, okay? I mean, let's go with this stuff. Trade. Is there anyone from the land known as the land? Anyone from the land? The land. The land. The land. The land. What is this? An 82 overall trade? Fine. I'll go buy someone from the land. City, the land. And then pricing, let's do 2,000. Apply, search. Oh. We got none other than the Deshaun Watson from there. And I also need a defensive land guy, so that was a waste of a purchase. I'm gonna have to quick sell him. That's stupid. The land, Browns land. Owusu Karamo. Oh, I didn't do any of those. I'm careful. Extra stats. Price. Let's do 3,000. Apply. Search. Carson Schlesinger. How cheap can we get Carson Schlesinger here? Tryon Shoyinka, Jerome Baker, Schlesinger for 400. At least we're getting him cheap. Alright, guys. Now we just gotta go to trade. Not friends. Sorry, friends. And go. Alright, here we go. First, Schlesinger. He isn't the best overall, but he's somebody. And then I gotta get some defensive players. We got safety, Jalen Petrie, Odafe Owe, linebacker Jordan Brooks, Zaire Franklin, Olga Bronco, Ivan Pace, Keanu Benton, and then Nick Bonito. Barely. This better be one of the best players we ever find. Offense, wide receiver, quality, gold. Okay. Rating, 83. Okay. Who is it, man? Who is it? It is Keenan Allen. Add him to the roster. Well, I guess we're gonna need as much help as we can get. Wide receiver gets boosted up as we get Keenan Allen. We got an 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, and Debo is somehow better than Jerry Jeudy. We might never see him again. But yes, also I did say something about end of season stats. So let's go. League game stats. He's played 13 games, received 25 passes, 320 yards, 70 total yards after the catch, and 3 touchdowns. An average yard after the catch, 2.8. Okay. So let's just get him boosted up energy-wise a bit. And so next we have center that doesn't get stats. Offensive line doesn't get stats. But here we go, Nick Chubb. Okay, actually we're gonna go by position. We gotta go. This is gonna be a long video, guys. Pat Freiermuth, league stats. 17 whole games. He's been loyal. 19 catches, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. And then I don't think we had Tyler Higbee. It makes sense. All right, now on to running backs. Our famous position. 215 rushing attempts, 1,692 yards, and 7.9 yards a carry with 9 games played. Received 3 catches with 43 yards receiving. Touchdowns, 21. Fumbles, 5. Then we got Mixon, who just decided to go insane touchdowns-wise. 17 games played, 248 attempts, 1,900 yards, 8 yards a carry, 8 catches, 77 yards, and 26 touchdowns, 7 fumbles. He is better player than Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb hasn't been able to play a whole game, whole season. And then Breece Hall, 17 whole games, 100 carries, 755 yards, 7.4 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns with 3 catches, 53 yards. And then Devon A-Chain, he has played 17 games as well. Rushing attempts 21, 120 yards, and 5 touchdowns for some pretty nice backup carries. Quarterback, we just got Baker Mayfield, so that won't do anything. But I think we might have Sam Darnold. No. Tua Tagovailoa, he played 17 games. He has 232 pass attempts with 149 completions, 64.2%, and 1,800 yards, almost 1,900, with a total of 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and being sacked 13 times. Not bad, Tua. Then Stroud took over, played 8 games for him, 171 attempts, 105 completions, 61.40% completion percentage, 1,200 yards, but got 8 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and only he sacked 16 times. Wow, that's maybe a little bit more than we want. All right, wide receiver Malik Neighbors, 10 games for 45 catches, 558 yards, and 2 touchdowns with 1 fumble. Receiving is gonna be a little bit down. 17 games by DeAndre Hopkins, 63 catches, 717 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 fumbles. Keenan Allen we just got, but DK Metcalf, how about you, sir? 17 games played, 48 catches, 572 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, 2 touchdowns, along with 20 catches, 310 yards, and played all 17 games. Alright, let's go to defense now. We'll start with defensive tackle Madubuike, played 11 games, 1 sack, 41 tackles. Zach Sealer, 17 games, 62 tackles, 1 defensive sack. Makes sense, sort of. Franklin Myers, 22 tackles, 1 sack in 17 games. DJ Jones, 17 games, no stats. And then Jordan Davis, 5 games, no stats. Alright, now we're going to go to our defensive ends. Montez Sweat has played 10 games with 23 tackles on 1 defensive sack. They don't talk about tackle for losses, so I wish that was in, but 1 sack from Montez Sweat. Carl Granderson, he's been in 11 games, 39 tackles and 3 sacks with no interceptions for some reason. Did he have a chance at it? Chase Young, 3 games, no stats. Alright. Now we're going to corner. Storm Duck with 2 defensive sacks, no interceptions, and no tackles, 12 games played. Cooper DeJean, 5 sacks, along with 10 games played, no other stats. Carlton Davis, 3 interceptions, 1 sack, and 17 games played. Joey Porter Jr., 17 games played, 1 sack, no other stats. Tre'Davious White, 3 sacks, no other stats besides 17 games played. Alright, that was maybe a little bit underwhelming. Linebacker though, Matt Milano, 2 games played, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 sack. That is how you make an impact on your team. Levante David, 1 game with 1 tackle. Okay, whatever. Queen, he's been in here for 7 games with 21 tackles, 1 interception, 1 sack. That's not bad. Sweat, we haven't had him for a while. 1 game, no sacks. Bosa though, 5 sacks, 1 interception, 30 tackles in 17 games played. And Aziz Al-Shaya, 4 games, no stats. Alright. And finally, safety. This one's a little bit weird. Safety, we've had 9 games from Justin Reed, no stats. Jabril Peppers with 1 interception with 7 games. Harrison Smith, 17 games, no tackles, no stats. And then Poyer, 12 games, no stats. Punters, do they even get stats? 13 punts, 599 yards, 2 punts put inside the opponent's 12. That was Mitch Schnowski, and Thomas Morstead exists. He has no stats, because obviously he's not the starting punter. But now Graham Gano, he's a good guy. 17 games played. He's made 87 field goal attempts and got 86 of them in. 98%, almost 99%, and average field goal yards of 6.4. I think when it comes to kicks, it also counts kickoffs and yeah. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. See you in the playoffs. Don't die.